Hi everyone, thank you for joining us for the second session of Virtual Yoga with Terry Hawley of Tea Leaf Yoga, brought to you by the Belgrade Community Library. We hope you're still staying safe, and we hope you enjoy this yoga session with Terry.
Thank you, Sarah. Again, welcome all. I hope that your day is going well. In the meantime, let's all just find a comfortable seat. That could be in a chair, which is what I'm experiencing today, or you could be sitting on a bolster or propped up on a blanket. Again, it's great to have you all with me, and we're going to work into probably a lot of stretching today. And let us begin. Again, comfortable seat, grounding down through the sits bones, lengthening the spine, shoulders are relaxed. Start to turn your focus inward, connecting with your breath, and just noticing the quality of your breath at this moment. Take anything that's kind of setting in your mind from this morning or other things you're going to be doing later on. Let's take all of that and just let it fade off into the background to clear the mind, to be aware of our body, mind, and soul for the next 50 minutes. We'll start with a 3-part breath, eyes opened or closed. I like to have a hand on my chest, one on my belly, so I can feel the air going in and out. We're going to exhale completely. Then inhaling, filling up the belly, the ribs, and the chest. You may feel your collarbones rise. And exhaling from the chest, the ribs, the belly. You'll feel your navel naturally contract back towards the spine. Again to the count of 3. Inhaling. And exhaling. I'm going to count for a few times 3 in and 3 out while you experiencing this. I actually brought some sticks. These are fit sticks. It's kind of like a metronome. So here we go. Inhaling. 3, 2, 1. Pause. Exhaling. Inhaling. 1, 2, 3. Exhaling. 3, 2, 1. We're going to do this a couple more times. Inhaling. Exhaling. All right, let's slowly release the hands from where they were. And we're going to go into some arm warm-ups, swinging out to the side. Big inhale, exhale. Palms down, inhaling, scooping the air up. Exhaling. Big breath in. And exhaling. Now we're going to do somewhat of a windmill motion. We're still working with the arms. We're going to sweep them forward and let them cross in circles. Up to the side. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. See if you can really get some energy from your shoulder sockets out through your fingertips. We're going to reverse direction. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale at the top. Exhale out to the sides. Inhale at the top. Exhale to the side. Inhale. And exhale. All right. We're just going to lift the shoulders and let them release on their own. Lift, relax. Lift, relax. Lift, relax. All right, working with just the head and some neck movements, neck stretches. I'm going to take and drop the shoulders down, hold the belly back, round down through the sits bones. It's a good idea to maybe even feel the energy in all four corners of your feet rounding down. I'm just going to take and roll the head forward, looking down to the side, up, other side. So we're just kind of like looking at the face of a clock, watching the hands go around. Feel the movement, experience the range of motion, notice if there's any kinks. Up and around. I know for myself, weeding in the garden hours, day after day, I seem to, I'm going to reverse direction here, I seem to get kind of stiff in my upper body and my neck because I'm hunched over, repetitive motion. For those of you that are experiencing that kind of work, it's good to just stretch it out. All right, back to center. Here, I hope that you have a strap with you. In fact, I would say that for future virtual classes through the library with Tea Leaf Yoga and Terry, I would recommend having 2 blocks, a strap with a loop in it. You take the buckle and you put it through like you're going to put it on as a belt and just create maybe a, I don't know, like a 18-inch diameter loop. And there you go, because we'll be using that for a few things. All right, and also a blanket is a good prop to have. A bolster is good. You can get them online, or even just a towel. Yeah, it's good to have props, and that way as you move through your practice, if you do need a prop, you'll have it handy. So we're going to sit up nice and tall. Hopefully you do have a strap. If you don't, you could use a belt. I guess if you have a cloth belt or a necktie. You're going to take and lift the right foot and loop the strap around the sole of the right foot and just let it set on the heel, the toes pointing up towards the ceiling, leg is extended. You're keeping tension on the strap, and we're just going to proceed to lift the foot up and pull it kind of towards us as we're pressing into the strap like we're pressing on the gas pedal. So holding the strap with just the right hand, and maybe taking the left one and holding onto the side of your chair, we're going to open up to the side and then create some circles. So we're getting some movement in our hip sockets. And if you're, I guess, on the mat and you don't have a chair, feel free to do the leg stretch that we always practice by lifting, if you're on your back, lifting your foot up towards the ceiling and then bringing it over to the side. We'll try to make this work for everybody. But I would say if you can have a chair for future virtual practices available, those are always helpful to have. All right, we're going to bring it back to starting. Bring that foot back down to the mat. Maybe shake it out if you need to. We're going to go to the other side. Left foot, lift. Put the strap in your left hand and lift the left foot. We're going to set it down again, just starting by the leg being extended, keeping nice and tall through the spine, pulling up on the strap, but pressing down through the foot. Once you feel stable here, and you may even feel like you want to scooch a little bit closer to the edge of your chair. We want to make sure that you're grounding down through your sits bones. Lift the leg up. Maybe kind of pull the strap towards you as you're pressing your foot into the strap. And I'm going to slowly roll that foot and that leg to the side, and maybe just hold it here for a couple of breaths. Notice how that feels, and then proceed to go into some circles. I would say keep them not too big, not too small, but do what works for you. If it's too much range of motion, you just want to do a small circle, or even just pulse up on the strap, that's also an option. Let's reverse direction. Keep your breath smooth and even. Always good idea to check in with your breath as you're moving through these poses, these practices, these stretches. Bring it back to center and release it down. Shake it out if you need to. All right. Holding onto the sides of the chair, staying on the edge. We're going to lean back a bit and see if we can lift our feet off. Come back up. So as you lean back, as you tilt back, it's kind of like almost like going into a boat pose. You're going to feel your abs engage. Come back up. This time, if you so choose, we're going to do yogi bicycles, and that's kind of fun. We're really going to get some heat in the body now. Tilting back, feet are lifted, knees are up a bit. We're going to just start to pedal like we're riding a bicycle. If ever you need to just come forward and rest your feet back on, if it's too much, reverse direction. Feel free to always just come out of it, come back in when you're ready. Back to pedaling. And slowly come back up to seated. And just resting here a minute. We're going to go into a twist. It's one of my favorite twists in the chair. It just feels so good. And it's a very simple movement. We're going to turn, face the side of the chair, nice and tall through the spine. Then we're going to take both hands and hold the back of the chair. And once you are set up here, proceed to turn your torso using your hands on the side of the back of the chair to put you into that twist. So you're looking behind you. And just hold here. See if you can pull that navel back to your spine. See if you can lower the shoulders down, increasing the distance from the ears to the shoulders. Lengthen through the spine. Feel that golden thread pulling us up by the crown of the head. Rounding down through the sits bones. All four corners of the feet rounding down. Feel the energy. This isn't hardly any movement, but our bodies are doing so much. So let's move slowly out of the twist. We're going to go to the other side. Again, facing the side of the chair, sitting sideways on the chair. Nice and tall through the spine. Shoulders relaxed, chin is parallel to the floor. Take and hold the back of the chair, wherever is comfortable for your hands. And once you get some stability there, proceed to turn yourself to have your chest and your shoulders maybe, and look behind you. And how does that feel? It feels really good to me. All right, we're going to come back to starting. And I think at this point, we're going to get onto our mats, standing up, starting in Tadasana. And then we're going to practice a pranayama called breath of joy. So that's really going to wake us up if we've been having a sluggish afternoon. Speaking of which, in yoga, to practice yoga, it's always recommended that you don't eat a heavy meal at least an hour before yoga. I mean, 2 is preferable, or something light can be eaten an hour before yoga. If you do yoga on a full stomach, it's kind of uncomfortable and your body doesn't respond well to some of the poses. All right, so Tadasana. Feet outside of the feet are parallel to the mat. We're stacking hip sockets over ankles. We're going to focus here on the lower belly and pull the abs back. We're going to open the chest by lifting the shoulders, rolling them back. But the floating ribs here, a lot of times those want to pop up. We want to tuck those back in. Maybe turn your biceps out towards me with the fingers spread. Lower the shoulders down away from the ears. Take a deep breath. Breathe it out. One more time. Big breath in from the toes all the way up to the crown of the head. Big breath. Exhale out. And this time, we're going to take our body weight and just kind of shift it from side to side, forward and backward. Eyes opened or closed, your choice. So, here we go. To your right, lean slowly. Back to center, and we're just moving very fluidly to the other side, back to center. Going to lean a bit forward. You're going to feel your toes grip in. Have the whole body feel like it's just one plane moving. Back to center and then back a bit, leaning on the heels but keeping the feet grounded and the toes down. Back to center. Let's do that again. Leaning to the right. Notice where your edge is. In yoga, it's your edge where you feel like this is far enough, I'm not going any further. It's getting to know yourself, your limitations, your capabilities, your boundaries, where your balance is. It's good to have balance in life. Every day is a balancing act as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so we went to one side, then the other. Let's go forward and back, and then leaning slightly back to center. And we're going to move into the breath of joy. So it's kind of like starting in chair. So I'll demonstrate it. You can just follow along. Inhale up. Exhale, sweep the arms back. Inhale up. Exhale, sweep the arms to the side. Inhale up. Exhale, sweep the arms back. So it's inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. First up, back, up, side, up, back, up, side. Do it 3 more times. Back, up, side. Last one. Inhale up. Don't bring the arms down yet. See if you can hold your breath at the top and then slowly let your arms come down on the exhale. A lot of control here. And then let the arms come down to the side and shake it out. Okay. We're going to go into some twists again with the spine and working with the shoulders. Start by widening your feet, at least shoulder width apart. Drop the tailbone a bit, lower the shoulders. Just feel this grounding down equally from both legs down to your feet. And then we're going to go into a mini squat. So a mini squat isn't leaning forward so much or arching back. It's just taking the whole upper body and just letting it sink down, kind of like you're sitting on a horse. So here we are. Great strengthener, just this for the thighs. Excellent for the thighs. Good for the buttocks. All right, now we're going to start to move the upper body if this is comfortable for you. Again, if you want to sit in the chair because standing, squatting like this is a little too much, that's fine too. And we're going to start to work with the shoulders. We're going to inhale and take one shoulder and lift it, and the other one's going to dip. We're going to look again behind us. Inhaling, lifting one shoulder, dipping the other. The hands will naturally want to slide up and down the leg from the knee to the crease of the thigh. And then exhaling, back through center, inhaling. Other side, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. Just keep it going with your pace of breath from one side to the other. And again, if you need to, just straighten the legs and come up out of it and shake out. That's fine too. Got to deepen the stretch, the movement by lifting one shoulder a little higher, rolling it back, The other one's going to maybe dip in, moving towards midline. Inhale, exhale. One more time on either side. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And straighten the legs and walk the feet back in under the hips. All right. From here, we're going to take and move into half salutations. So again, another warm up. Inhaling, arms sweep up to the side. Nice and tall. Exhaling. Hinging forward at the hips as you swan dive down. And here we are in full fold. Hands can be resting on the shins or the floor, whatever works for you. And then inhaling half lift. So half lift is where you're straightening the back. You've got this energy line from tailbone up through the crown of the head. And you're looking forward if you can. Exhaling, full fold. Inhaling, arms sweep up. Clasp index finger and thumb around a wrist. Pull that belly in, round down through the feet. Maybe drop the tailbone a bit. Then we're going to reach, inhale up. Pulling that one arm up and opening the side body. And then side bend. Turning the head to look up. Inhaling back through center. Switching sides. So clasping the other wrist. And again, starting by pulling up. And then over. And turning the head to look up. Let's do this one more time on either side. Inhaling, exhaling. So we're shortening one side, we're lengthening the other. Here we're doing this wonderful stretch, making space between the ribs, inhaling through center, exhaling other side. And let's stop at the top. Clasp the hands together so they look like this if you can't see. So we're clasping the hands. And then we're going to press up through our wrist like we're going to try to touch our hands to the ceiling. Then we're going to turn the palms up. Same thing. Check in with your breath. Notice how you're breathing, keeping it smooth and even. Let's inhale and turn the palms again down towards our body. And then just let our arms come forward. Hands are still clasped in front of us. All the way down. Hands over heart. Relax the shoulders. Let the arms fall down to the side. Very good. I think we're feeling it now. This might be a fun time to go into, I think, the Warrior series. One of my favorites, again, it's one pose after the other. We usually do Warrior 2, Reverse Warrior, Side Angle, and then Triangle. And then we'll maybe do some Warrior 1s and have some fun with that. Maybe go into a Warrior 3 for some balance. All right, inhaling, exhaling. Turn one toe, one foot, so the toes are facing the short edge of the mat. The back foot turns in. Look to see if you've got heel to heel or heel to arch alignment, visible line there. You're going to take the front leg and bend the knee, making sure the knee doesn't go further than the ankle. Again, shoulders are relaxed. Warrior 2, gazing out over the tips of the front finger, front hand. All right. In the next in breath, let's turn the front palm up. Start to straighten the front knee and go into Reverse Warrior. So we're looking up. Back hand is lightly resting on the thigh, the back of the thigh. Take a breath here. Notice the power in the pose, really opening up that front body. And on the next in breath, we're going to reach up. Arms come parallel again, briefly pausing, Warrior 2. And then we're going to bend the front elbow as we lean down and find our favorite side angle pose. That could be the top arm straight up. That could be the top arm palm out, hand on the small of the back. For me, I like the extended side angle, where I'm reaching beyond the mat. In any case, this is a very powerful pose. Feeling the weight on both feet, grounding down through the mat. One more breath here. Inhaling, top arm pulls us upward, grounding down through the back foot. Again, warrior two. Maybe hold here for a couple of breaths. And then straighten the front leg. Try to feel if you've got a straight line from fingertip to fingertip through your chest. All right. And then proceed to go into your triangle. Just tilting the upper body down. Arms are still extended. And maybe resting the hand on the thigh. But I think if you wanted to deepen it, you could go down to the shin or the calf. And going all the way to the floor with the hand, the fingertips, isn't necessary. You just want to make sure you're in that right form. And I've got a block here. It may mean just resting your hand on the block to actually get into better alignment with your triangle. And really, try what works for you. I'm holding onto the block right now. All right, inhaling, again, top arm's gonna pull us up. Arms are parallel. We're gonna turn, actually, let's go into warrior three. If you're okay with that, I'm gonna lower my arms right now, just let my shoulders shake out a little bit. It's a lot of work for the shoulders. All right, have your blocks handy. You may want to use them for warrior three. So, starting with the foot where it was, the back foot where it was, we're gonna take and turn our hips to square off with the short edge of the mat. Bending the front knee, raising the arms up above the head, feeling like we could just pull our rib cage right out of our hips. All right? And then let's kind of play with this a little bit. Straighten the front leg, arms come into cactus. We're going to hinge right at the hips. And feel that in the lower back. It's called the humble warrior. Inhaling back up. Front knee bends, arms are up. Lifting towards the ceiling. Warrior one. And let's maybe take it a little step further and go into warrior three. So for those of you that have blocks, want to put one on either side of the mat, that's fine. If you want to just try warrior three without any props, warrior three is shifting your weight, maybe taking a little bounce, and arms are straight out and back leg comes up. For those of you that want to block, and hold on to the blocks for balance, that's also very acceptable. Warrior three. We're looking down towards the floor. All right. We're going to take and shift our weight back. Come back up. Swing the arm so they're frontwards. At the same time, we're going to turn our toes to face the long edge of the mat, and then we're going to go into the other side. Same series. Starting, so if you want your blocks on this side for warrior three, feel free to do that. All right, inhaling, arms swing up. Front foot, toe points to the short edge of the mat. Back foot comes in. Again, look at the alignment, heel to heel or heel to arch. Bending the front knee, warrior two. Gazing out over the fingertips, the front hand. One big breath here. Exhale on the next inhale. Turn the front palm up, scoop up. Open the front body. Look up if you can. We're all doing really well. I know this is a lot, but it's wonderful for the body to be feeling this. The next in-breath, You're going to bend the front knee again. Come back into Warrior Two briefly. And then proceed to bend the front elbow, going into side angle so the forearm is resting on the thigh right above the knee. And then you decide what you want to do with your top arm. Make some space in those ribs. Really spread it. And you're pulling yourself just right up. Up. Forward. Okay. All right. The next inhale, let's bring that top arm up. Briefly again, Warrior Two. It's always a good stopping place. And then taking the bent front knee and straightening the leg. Arms are still parallel. Going to triangle. And again, if you feel like you need the block here for support, so that you can get into the form better, feel free to do that. And again, your hand just might be here. You might be all the way down to the floor. Or you might be on a block. All right, one more breath here. Inhaling. Back up. Maybe shaking the shoulders out here. That seems to work. And we're going to go into Warrior One and then Warrior Three. So you're going to take your hips and maybe exaggerate the motion. We're going to swing them to square off to the short edge of the mat. That may mean your back foot's going to readjust. All right. So as much as you can, get to squaring the hips towards the front of the mat, top of the mat. Swing the arms up. Big breath. Bend the front knee. And go into Warrior One. Very powerful pose. Let's play with it like we did on the other side a little bit. We're going to straighten the front knee on the inhale. Arms come out into goalposts. And then proceed to just kind of hinge down, humble warrior. Inhaling back up, Warrior One. Let's do that one more time here. Hinge into humble warrior. Arms come down, goalposts. And then just lean forward. All right, inhaling back up. Front knee bends. We're going to shift our weight to the front and go into Warrior Three. So here we go. Take a breath. Shift your weight to the front. And energize out through both fingertips, both arms, and then back leg lifts. If you need the block to get into that pose today, that's fine. See if you can have a straight line from your head down through your torso, down through your leg. Maybe keep the foot a bit flexed. All right. Inhaling here, we're going to shift the weight back. Front knee may bend. Get your back foot stable. Inhaling up. One more time, Warrior One. And then exhaling, we're going to swing the arm around. We're facing the long edge of the mat now, with both feet turned with the toes towards the long edge of the mat. All right. I think now would be a good time to practice tree. We just did a little bit of balancing there. So I think the body will say, yep, I think it's okay. Let's do tree. All right, so starting in our mountain pose, Tadasana, which is always the starting position for every asana or posture in yoga. It's very important to know your mountain pose and to refine your mountain pose, even if you're just going to stand there in line somewhere or waiting for someone to show up and you're just standing. Mountain pose. Focus the energy. Make it a conscious effort. All right. So inhaling for tree, sweeping the arms up. Exhaling, bringing the energy down through center. Namaste hands. Starting with the non-dominant leg, ground down, kind of like what you did with the Tadasana weight shifts. Ground down through that foot, and you're pressing it down so much the other foot just wants to pop up. So you've got the other foot with the heel up. You're on the ball mound of your foot. We're going to open the leg and then slide that foot in so that your heel is resting on your ankle. And then just hold here for a minute and notice how you're feeling. And if you're feeling balanced here and you want to continue the pose, you can lift your foot, press your sole into the side of your shin, calf, whatever, side of your leg, lower leg. And if you're feeling that you want to even take it a step further, lift your branches. Some days are better than others for balance. Some days it's awesome, and some days it just doesn't seem to happen. So if you feel like you're ready to come down, just let your hands come back down through center. And shift your weight back so that you have equal weight on both sides. And let your arms come off to the side, shake it out. We're going to go into tree on the other side. All right. Again, just feeling the energy in your body, noticing your breath. Let's take a moment to just reconnect with how our bodies are feeling, any sensations you notice, any tightness. Breathe into that area specifically. All right, and here we go. Inhaling, sweep up to the side. Exhaling, bring it down to center. Other leg. Just ground that down. Grow the roots on that side. There's your trunk right there. And again, we push that one leg, that foot's growing roots. The other one's just going to pop up. So the heel comes up. You're on the ball mound of the foot. You're going to open the leg. Slide that heel to the ankle. Hold here. Maybe take a conscious effort to drop your tailbone. Pull the abs back. Lower the shoulders. And then if you're ready to go a little further, you can lift your foot and press it into the side of your shin. If that works for you, fine. If not, keep your foot on the floor, and that's okay too. Either way, maybe take a moment to grow your branches. Energize up through the fingertips. Very glorified pose. I love this pose. I feel like I'm just reaching up to the heavens. And when you're ready to come back down, just bring the energy back down through center. Namaste hands. Place that foot next to the other foot. And again, stabilizing with equal weight down through both legs. And shake it out. And that is tree. Are we ready to make our way maybe down to the mat? Okay, that sounds good to me. So facing the long edge of the mat, we're going to inhale up through chair. So we're bending the knees, like we're going to sit down on a chair, sweeping the arms up to the side. Maybe take a moment here to take one arm and swing it out, and also turn the torso out with it. Inhaling, arms come back together. Exhaling, other side. Inhaling, let's straighten the legs and reach up into a back bend. Hands pressed together if possible, and just arch back as far as you can. Come back to center. Release the arms down. Now we're going to make our way down to the mat. We're going to go through chair, then duck, and then airplane. And we're going to do a twist before we actually get down on all fours. So we're sweeping. If you did have a chair by you, you might want to move that off to the side. Inhaling, sweeping the arms up through chair. Exhaling, lowering the arms, and actually squatting down a bit further. Okay, so this is duck. We're ducking down, but we still have a straight spine. Arms are extended. And then we're going to lower the abdomen and the chest onto the the thighs as we sweep the arms up to the side in airplane, so the arms are out either side. And hold here for just a moment. Take a breath. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Take the left arm and let it come down so that the left palm is resting in the middle of the mat, about, 18 inches or so in front of your toes. And then take and twist up. Extend the other arm, the right arm up, pressing through all four corners of the feet, but also energizing from shoulder socket up to the fingertips of the right hand, maybe lifting up. Inhale, exhale. Next inhale, let that right arm sweep down, finding the position where the left hand was on the mat, palm down. And inhaling as we twist and turn to the left, with the left arm reaching up and fingertips pointing towards the ceiling. And looking up if we can. One more breath here. Inhale, exhale, bring the left hand down next to the right hand. And then we're going to start to walk our feet back to get into all fours, tabletop position. And then push yourself back into child. And so child's here for different people of different capabilities and different physiques. Is arms extended forward, like you're reaching to the top of the mat, palms down. Or child for you might be arms alongside, palms up. If for some reason the head just can't seem to find its way down to the mat comfortably, you can stack your fists and let your forehead rest on your fist. And there's always the blanket or towel option, resting the head or even rolling it up under the chest. But wherever you are in your child, you want to make sure that it's a very restful pose. It's one of the go-to restful poses in yoga. All right. Okay, let's look up to the top of the mat and then proceed to come back into our tabletop. Neutral spine, neck's neutral, belly's lifted. Wrists are right under our shoulders, our fingers are spread, we're splaying them and gripping into the mat. We've got knees right under hip sockets. We're going to go into some cat-cows. Inhaling, dropping the belly, raising the sits bones, looking up. Cow, and exhaling as we round chin to chest or chin to throat into cat. Scooping the tailbone up. Just for some nice movement in the spine. I'll have you keep it going with your own pace of breath. Linking movement with breath. We did a lot of lateral twists with the spine. Now we're doing flexion and extension, and it's good to move the spine in all directions every day. And one more cat, one more cow. Let's stop in neutral table. And I think we're going to go into maybe a down dog here. So if your wrists are okay, fine. If you need to put your fists down or if you need to get up and shake your wrists out, feel free to do that. We're going to go into down dog and then a three-legged dog with a variation. All right, so curling the toes under, keeping the knees bent. You're just going to lift your hips up towards the ceiling, high, 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 as high as you can. And once you feel like you're as high as you want to go, then let your hips move back. Lower your head if you can, with your ears in between, in line with your arms. Keep the belly lifted. And feel like you can just take your hands and you're pushing the top of the mat away from you. From here, if you so choose, take your right leg and lift it up, three-legged dog. Bend the knee and let that right foot kind of just fall to the left side. Maybe look underneath your right armpit. Notice how that feels. You're going to bring that knee back in so the right foot lands on the mat. We're going to go to the other side. Again, lifting the left leg up, three-legged dog, and then bending the left knee and letting the left foot just kind of fall to the right side. And looking underneath the left armpit. Just notice from one side to the other how it feels different. Either in your shoulder, your knee, your hip socket, your buttocks, whichever. Just notice. And on the next in-breath, we're going to bring that knee back down. Both feet are down. We are going to, again, get on our hands and knees, neutral table. We're going to move on to our backs. So, safely swinging the hips around. And getting onto your back. All right, here we are on our backs, resting with our arms down by our side. Legs are flat. Heels are on the mat. We're going to take an inhale and extend our arms up overhead. And exhale as the arms come down. We're going to bring both knees in towards the chest, clasp our hands in front of our shins, give ourselves a nice hug, maybe rocking from side to side. Giving a nice massage in our lower back. All right. Let's release the clasp. We're going to move into figure 4 stretch or reclined pigeon. So both feet are flat on the mat. The legs are hip width apart. Arms are down by our side to start. We're going to take and lift the left foot and place the left shin right above the right knee, the thigh. And hold here just for a breath and notice how this feels, pressing the lower back into the mat. And then if you so choose, lifting up the right foot, keeping both feet flexed so the knees stay safe. And to deepen this stretch, you can just hold here. If you're feeling it, you're doing it. But if it's comfortable for you to take and thread the needle by clasping your hands behind the right thigh, and pulling that right knee in close to the chest, soften on the inhale, deepen on the exhale. Just feel that opening in that left hip, stretching the hip flexors. And we're going to release the clasp and let that right foot be flat on the mat, left foot next to it, setting up for the other side. We're going to take the right foot, lift it up, and swing the right shin over to right above the left knee. Figure 4 position. And maybe hold here again, pressing your lower back into the mat, filling the abdominal muscles, creating that pressure, pressing back towards the mat. You're going to inhale and lift the left foot, keeping both feet flexed, left shins parallel to the mat, threading the needle by taking your hands and clasping them behind your left thigh, and then pulling in the left knee towards the chest, but always keeping your shoulders relaxed. We don't want to pop up our neck. So if you feel like it's compromising your shoulders or your neck, feel free to release the clasp and just hold here. All right. When you're ready, release your clasp. Let the left foot come back on the mat very slowly, never fast. Going into yoga poses and out of, it's like slow motion. And if you do pick up the pace, I want you to notice where each part of your body is all the time. What is my hand doing? What is my neck? Where's my foot? Where's my spine? Where's my chest? I want you to be completely aware of what your body's doing and where it is when you're going in and out of yoga poses. All right, so both feet are flat on the mat now. Let's move into bridge. Rolling bridge is always fun. I want to make sure that our feet are parallel, legs are hip width apart, and that our heels are close to our sits bones. So we want to kind of scoot our feet in. We want to snuggle our shoulder blades under our heart space. And start by having our arms to the side, palms down, just pressing like two big feet. We're going to inhale and start with some slight pelvic tilts. Inhale and press the tailbone into the mat, so it's pushing down. And exhale, scooping the tailbone up towards the ceiling, flattening the lower back to the mat. Inhale, push the tailbone down. Exhale, scoop the tailbone up. Continue the movement by rising the hips up towards the ceiling. Taking a breath at the top, and then exhaling, rolling the spine back down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Pelvic tilt. Inhale. And exhale, scooping the tailbone up and coming up. Maybe arms rise up over your head with your fingers pointing. And exhale. Arms come down in synchronicity with the hips. Very fluid movement. Keep it going with your breath, kind of like a wave. Just pretend your body's like a wave in the ocean. Always just taking a pause at the top, which is the crest of the wave, and then exhaling down. Slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae. We go up one more time, inhaling up. Maybe raising the hips an inch or two higher this time, and then exhaling down, arms come down your side. And here we're going to go into double knee drops or windshield wipers. And so if you like to take and extend your arms out to your side, palms down, or you want your arms above your head, palms up, you choose. It's kind of fun to try different arm positions. We're going to walk the feet wide, at least mat width apart. Knees are just pointing straight up. We're going to check in with our breath. On the next inhale, both knees are going to fall to the right as we turn and look left. Inhaling back through center, exhaling other side. So we're starting to slow down a bit. Releasing as we move into the latter part of the practice. And I hope some of the stretching was helpful for you. Like I say, I think in the summer we're out in the garden, or maybe raking, shoveling, yard work, and it can do a toll on our bodies. We need to take care of our bodies so that we can keep doing what we love. When you feel like you've done an equal number on both sides, back to starting, walk your feet back in together. Let your arms come back alongside your body. Slide your right heel down to the bottom of the mat. Slide your left heel down to the bottom of the mat. And set up for final relaxation. I believe there may be something your body wanted to do that we didn't get to today, and you really feel like you need it. So if you feel like you need to do a stretch right now, or even a pose, or just something that your body says, I would like to do that before I go into Shavasana, feel free to experience that now. So now my words will guide you as you move into final relaxation. And then I will play the singing bowl. So take this moment to Again, turn your focus inward, finding your breath. Maybe doing a mini body scan of where you feel really good from what we just did, or where you feel still quite a bit of tension or tightness. Take a moment to consciously breathe into that area of your body. Sometimes that's all it takes to just release. It's like feeling clenched or nervous or uptight about something, and then when you take a few breaths and breathe, your body will just naturally release, relax, let go. Allow yourself to just feel completely relaxed. Find it in yourself to allow any recurring thoughts that may have been coming up to just fade away like clouds in the sky. Maybe before we go into the bowl ringing, I'll lead you through a very relaxing meditation. Feel yourself buoyant, light, as if you were floating on the surface of a very calm lake. It's a beautiful summer day, and the sun is shining down. The sky is clear blue, and that is your mind. If any clouds come through, aka thoughts, just let your thoughts attach to those clouds and just float on by. Feel yourself surrounded by just a big warmth. And again, you're floating. Every muscle in your body is just relaxed, calm, peaceful. Be here for a few minutes. Again, just relish in this delightful sensation of calmness. Now hearing the sound of my voice, let it bring your awareness back to the space you're in. Start to, again, connect with your breath. Maybe deeply taking the breath, again, inhaling through the nostrils and exhaling through the sigh. Start to feel some gentle movement in the fingers, the toes, wiggling Maybe rolling your head from side to side. And then eventually rolling over to one side. And staying there for a few moments. And eventually supporting your way up to a comfortable seat, or if you're decided to sit in the chair for final relaxation, that's also an option. Let's bring our hands together in prayer, actually Mudra, pressing our thumbs against our heart space, bowing our heads to this exquisite day. Bringing to mind one thing we are grateful for and sealing that into our heart. Thank you so much for sharing this time with me, virtual yoga, through the Belgrade Community Library. It's been my absolute pleasure, and I hope that we can do it again soon. So it should be next week, from 1:30 to 2:30 on Wednesdays. And the library, Sarah would love to have some feedback if people are watching and if they like it, or if they have any suggestions or comments. I'm very much open to that. Please know that the divine light in me honors and acknowledges the divine light in each and every one of you. Namaste.